Hey everybody, I just made it home and I am going to do a reading for you. Excuse me, I am kind of tired again tonight. I got my crap all over the table. I am going to use a couple decks to see what's happening out here. Just going to do a quick read. I've been trying to do like 2 a day. The nighttime one seems to be a little bit more geared toward like advice and things of that nature. And I mean, I try and weave my life experience into a lot of my readings, but the nighttime ones seem to be a little bit more, a little bit more, I guess deeper, a little deeper. But this one, I'm gonna try and keep it light tonight, cause yeah, I'm gonna try and keep it light. Oh, it looks like, it's like someone has had a fight, or, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Someone maybe has had a fight or something. Let's see what we got. Ooh. This came out in reverse, and while I typically don't read these in reverse, I'm going to leave this one in reverse because it doesn't follow anything else. Okay, but it's telling a story. Alright, this has been a very challenging connection. There has been maybe a fight, or you're not getting along, what have you. Something has happened. Someone may have been giving you mixed signals, manipulating, been immature, had immature behavior, dishonesty, stringing you along, bad intentions with this bad games card, but they want to come out of that. It's the cleanup card for me. Owning the mess to clean up, healthier choices, prioritizing positive life changes, accountability, and releasing burdens. It looks like someone is taking accountability for the bad games that they were playing. And you're going to get a message. They have something to say. They want to talk. They want to get on speaking terms and give you some information. It's going to be a text or call, some expression. They've been having communication issues, though. They want to communicate this love offer. The love that will be reciprocated, it says. Ready to give. Honest offer. Making it official. Serious talk. There's all this talk. Building a secure foundation. This person in this challenging connection has learned a lot of lessons. They've had some unhealthy behaviors. It says karmic relationship. In order to, they're cleaning up. They're making healthier choices and positive changes. Releasing burdens. This karmic relationship has been a burden. Not with you. This seems to be like a third party or a limiting belief. Like a karmic relationship could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with another human. It could be childhood beliefs. It could be just any type of limiting belief. It could be we're overworking, not giving to the connection in some way. Excuse me. Just this chaotic, provoked, unbalanced, fleeting. So, I mean, this person is triggered into cleaning up the bad games and to actually communicate with you this love offer that they're feeling. It may take some time to do the cleanup part. Cleaning up those bad games. They know they owe you an apology and they need to come right with it. If, they're coming with it at all. So I feel like we'll take some time to grow. How funny. How funny is that? I pulled that card personally earlier. Will take some time to grow. They have outdated beliefs. There we go again. When I was sitting there talking about the karmic relationship, could be another person, but you would be aware of that. So, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, again, a karmic person. Just these belief systems. This is old-fashioned, outdated beliefs, conditioning, replaying events. Yeah. Okay, it says older and traditional dating as well. So there could be some limiting things that have held them back from, and have caused them to play these bad games, and they want to come out of that and clean it up. They do love you. That's very apparent. With all these hearts, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 hearts there. So, yeah. That's interesting. Okay, well that tells a lot. And there's 6 cards there. That's good. I think I will move on and grab another deck. What do I want to grab? Let's just get some further clarification. I have a clarifying life situation, so I think I'm going to go with the situations deck here. And I'm going to shuffle a couple times as well. Just to kind of get them a little shuffled. I know I should pre-shuffle all my decks, but sometimes I'll sit and be horsing around with them before I actually do read, and yeah. So, anyway. Okay. Alright, so let's pull a couple out of that one. Wanted to come out, so we'll let it come, whatever it is. I'll pull it over in a minute. Okay, those 2 wanted to come out. Oh, and there's 2. Okay. TikTok, deadline, time running out. They may feel like they're pressed for time and that they need to go ahead and do this, but they also feel closed in, and they're closed in by they're frustrated and trapped. They're seeking help, it looks like. With this SOS, they may feel like they really do need to seek help, but don't know how. This person is frustrated. So frustrated with these lessons, not knowing how to go about giving you this love offer that they know that you need. They don't feel adequate. There's some adequacy issues here, for sure. But they have unconditional love, which goes with the love offer. Beautiful, certain love, genuine love. Lost, ghosted. They could have ghosted you or blocked you or cut you off because they're triggered, you know. I mean, you guys perhaps had, like I said in the first place, like an argument, or you know, maybe they are overstimulated and they ghosted or blocked you and kind of cut you off, which is immature. But you know, rather than actually discussing things with people and having a healthy way of dealing with this, and maybe this person is not used to dealing with things in a healthy fashion. This person is plugged, tuned in, internet, and connected. So I mean, they could very well be watching, you know, you online to see, you know, maybe if you're happier without them, you know, they don't, there's clear worthiness issues here, you know, and it's feeling trapped and closed in by outdated beliefs, you know, about themselves, which could have very well been learned in childhood or with jacked up relationships. Here's this reminiscing again, cassette. Wait, is that one? Okay, it's not. Reminiscing, memories, returning, recalling. They want to return. They want to give you this love offer and this unconditional love. They're just really unclear of how to go about this. They, you know, and with worthiness issues, okay, what's that? But they are seeing signs and synchronicities no matter what. They have 1111, which 222 1111 is a twin flame card. 222 is you're on the right path, and 333 is a manifestation. On this sign, I also see infinity, and I never noticed that before. Weird. Because in my personal life, the infinity symbol and 8s are huge. This says infinity, 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 infinity. 8, or infinity symbol, 8 sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Crazy. That's crazy. Huh. I'm feeling called to pull just one more. Just one more off of this deck here. I'm gonna shuffle it one more time. And maybe twice. Oh, crap. Nothing fell up right. Alright, so I feel like I'm feeling called to pull one more. You know, this really does tell the whole story, though. I mean, this person is trying to clean it up. They don't know how to clean it up. You know, they may, with their outdated beliefs in themselves, they just may not feel like they're capable of doing this at all. And I know that that's a stuck feeling. I've been there before. Like, I mean, I remember when I was an addict, and you know, I'm sitting here and I'm got my kids, and I haven't yet gone down the road that would lead me out of addiction. And I'm just thinking, there is no way I'm going to ever get out of addiction unless I go to jail. I firmly believe that. I really believe that to be true. That was my truth. I believed it. And the thing about it is, when I got clean, the devil is a lie, that was not the truth. That's not how I got clean. I got a hold of drugs that scared the crap out of me. I got super paranoid, and I was like, you know what? I don't want this life anymore. And one day, I made a decision. Now, I had lost my kids by then. I'd lost my kids. I had left home. I was in Oregon. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And I walked away from my drug of choice at that time, and I left it behind forever. I never looked back. Never looked back. I never picked it up again. I called it a good day, and I left it alone. And you know what? It did not take me going to jail. Now, I lost things. No question. I lost something, two people that were very important to me, my children. I lost a lot. My home, my childhood home. At that point, my mom had been like, you got to go. So I lost a lot of things, my home, my kids, all of it, before, and I'm out here on the streets, doing these drugs and doing things that weren't right. And all of a sudden, I was just done with it. And I made that decision that day, and I walked away from it. So I get, if nobody gets it, I do. I definitely know what a limiting belief, and you feel boxed in like you're caged, but the thing about it is, on that cage, the lock's just kind of half hanging off. It's not actually locked. You put yourself into this self-imposed prison, but the lock's just there. It's not actually engaged. You could reach out and just turn it and let yourself out and set yourself free of these limiting beliefs. And a lot of times when we're kids, we're just told we're not good enough, or you can't do this, you're not capable of doing this, and it just really screws with your head when you're an adult. It makes it very difficult to believe that you're capable of anything. It's a difficult one. It's hard. So I apologize for going on, and but I had to inject a little bit of my life experience. They're about ready to reveal and confess something to you, though. They're trying to clean up. This says about to reveal, confess. Owning the mess to clean up, healthy choices, prioritizing, positive life changes, accountability, releasing burdens. Beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. What do we want to get now? I'm going to get some of these. We're going to go deep. I'm sorry. I was trying to keep it light. It didn't work out very well with my whole soapbox extravaganza. I hope it helps somebody. Honestly, my belief is this. If, we go through things, it should benefit someone else at some point in our lives. It should benefit somebody. It should help somebody along in their life. So if I help one person with what I went through, then you know what? What I went through was worth going through. And no, it wasn't easy. Absolutely not. It was definitely anything but easy. But, it molded me into the human being that I am today. And I'm not a bad person. I'm a pretty decent human. I love others. And I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And, I didn't used to be that way. I was a jerk. I was a whole live jerk. Relaxation. That's something that maybe your person needs to do. Gateway. Fulfillment. They know that you are their wish fulfillment. Trust. But they have to trust themselves. And that persona that you've carried for so long that tells you that you're not worthy of this. You're not good enough for this. You learn to trust that instead of trusting your intuition, which is so important. Coming to the point where you trust your intuition is a beautiful thing. That's God. That's your higher self. God gives you information that will help lead you in the right regard. But then your mind wants to destroy it. And that's of this world and in the 3D. The logical mind can be one of the most harmful things, you know, as far as leading you down a spiritual path. Because you will talk yourself out of doing things because you're stubborn. And you think you know it all. But the only thing that you know is what you've experienced. So if you don't take a step, just one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, you could be passing up something amazing in your life. Absolutely and positively amazing, because you thought you knew it. You thought you knew what you were doing. You had the plan, but that plan didn't work. And that was another thing. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to go on a quick tangent again. When I finally decided that I wanted a full difference in my life, I was already off the drugs, but I was homeless. I was doing stupid stuff to keep myself from being homeless, and I was just like, I'm going to die out here. You know, I'm going to die. And I finally was like, okay, you know, and for me, I went into a little church on a corner in Portland, Oregon, off of Burnside, and I walked into that church, and I felt the presence of the divine, and I was just like, okay. I cried my tear. I cried. I was like, you know, my way is not working. Clearly, my way is broken. My methods of madness aren't working. So I'm going to try and do it your way. And that day, I made a decision to lean on my higher power and lean into whatever I was feeling led to do with my third eye, my intuition, my Holy Spirit, my higher power, whatever you want to call it, whatever it means to you, rather than rationalization. Because sometimes I would be inclined to do something that didn't make a damn bit of sense at all. Like, well, I remember I had gone through the troubles of going to a place and gotten my resume all together and stuff, and I had 2 job offers, but I was living in a shelter, and that shelter, you had to be there by 7 o'clock. It did not matter if you had a job and you were going to be late. If you weren't there by 7, you would not have a bed to sleep in that night. You would lose your space. So I'm just like, all right, God, you know, thank you for the 2 job offers here, but I don't have anywhere to stay. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I felt one day I was at a place where I would take a shower. It was called Transition Projects. And I would take a shower there, and they'd wash your clothes. They helped you get an ID or driver's, you know, whatever you needed, and to gain employment. And they also offered like housing assistance. And something told me that day. Now, auditory, I haven't really heard too much. There's been a few instances in my life where I've heard something. You know, usually it's just a feeling. But this particular day, I heard very clearly someone say, ask to speak to Sarah. And I did that. I was like, okay, this is freaking weird. I don't think I want to do this. Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm going to look like an idiot. And I thought, you know what? What could be the worst they can say is, we don't have anyone here by that name. Okay, well, I did. I asked to speak to Sarah, and she said Sarah and gave the woman's last name, and I said, yeah, because I don't know, you know, sure, that's fine. Whatever Sarah you got for me, I guess I'm taking. So the thing about it is the woman in question did work there. She was the person that is in charge of assistance for housing, and she saw me that day. And the thing about it is, the program requirements were that you were to have 3 months of job check stubs. Like, you, in order for them to assist you with rent and a deposit, you had to provide them 3 months worth of check stubs. I had a letter, an offer letter from a cable company. That's all I had. I did not have check stubs because I had not yet started. I had another offer, but they weren't sure when the training class, and of course I was going to take the first thing smoking. So the cable company was what I chose. And I had none of the requirements. I didn't actually work a day. But Sarah, I don't know what inclined her to help me that day, but she helped me that day. And before I began my job, they paid for 1 month. I'm sorry, they paid for my full deposit and 1/2 of a month of my rent. And I moved in when I actually started my job. I had to, wing it for a little longer. But when the day I started my job, I was able to come home to an apartment. And they helped me get mismatched furniture and all that eventually. But the thing about it is, I had a rolling suitcase and I walked into that apartment and I locked the door. I left my suitcase in there and I left. There was a little coffee shop in the building and down below, and it was so amazing. I walked in, put my stuff inside, and I was just so grateful. I was in tears. I was just that I was thanking God. I was just like, wow, this is mine. I can leave my things here and shut the door. That was one of the most freeing experiences of my entire life. Like, I'd been homeless for a long time, living in motel rooms and, shady places with, random people and stuff. And to be able to walk into your own place and to leave your things there. This one suitcase I had that had library books and all the clothes I owned, and at that time, and it had a Bible in it, and I put my suitcase in to this apartment, and I took my little key, and I left it there, and I walked down, and I got myself a coffee from the little coffee shop down below, and it was near Portland State University. It was absolutely one of the most spectacular times in my life. It was fantastic, actually. So I went on the whole tangent, just say that sometimes we don't know it all. And sometimes our way is not working. And sometimes there's a better way of doing it if we listen to our higher power and we actually move with our intuition rather than what we think we know. Because really, we don't know crap. Just saying. Now let me read these cards after I went on a whole long 222 on the timer. Well, it's 22:20 something, but it was 222, which means you're going the right direction, which is absolutely very cool. Sorry, I have attention deficit disorder, and I have a tendency to run on sometimes, but I promise you that if this helps anybody out there, it was worth, taking the extra 7-8 minutes to describe to you a little bit about me. Okay, so moving on. Gateway. Let's go with that. And yep, gateway. Enchanted Valley. There are places on the planet where the veil between the physical realm and the mystical dimension is especially thin. Oh, and this is beautiful too. These places, and this is going to be one of the places I travel to, these places are called portals, vortexes, or spirit gateways. Vortexes in Sedona, Arizona. Beautiful, 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 and we will be filming there, and that's coming up in the next 6 months, I would say. I will be there. I'm excited. Anyway, in mythology, they are revered as places where things beyond ordinary reality can occur. And what I just told you about hearing, to ask to speak to Sarah, are things, ordinary reality, where things beyond ordinary reality, for sure. So, mystics, visionaries, and shamans can traverse the realm and the next through these places. In Celtic traditions, the wee folk, fairies, and elves easily move through these portals and have access to these magical places. The Enchanted Valley is the place where these portals often appear. The sacred landscape wants you to know magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding. Profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It's now much easier to manifest your dreams. This is an excellent time to take action on your visions for your future. A small amount of action now will generate much bigger results. Gateways to spirit are opening, and there are places where the veil is especially thin. Fairies and elves are supporting you. Wonders are blossoming in your life. Watch for them. Open your heart to hallowed, holy, magical energy. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. And I have to say that gratitude will help you. Becoming aware of small marvels in your life is having gratitude for the things in it and being grateful for all those small things. That will generate such a positive exchange in your life. Moving from pessimism to optimism is freaking magical, people. Magical. Okay. Fulfillment. Okay. Oop, oop, oop. Laden peach tree. Laden peach tree? The peach tree blooms early, and because of this, it's often a symbol of spring and the renewal of life. Whatever's happening, it won't happen around March or April. That came up for me really, really strong. And the renewal of life. It is a Chinese symbol of a happy marriage and of fertility. In some traditions, it stands for immortality. Ripe peaches also portend fertility. I'm not going to try and pronounce that word. And great fulfillment. In Korean traditions, the peach represents happiness, riches, honors, and longevity. In the Renaissance, peaches represent the heart and love, and speaking truth from one's heart. Aww, your person's love offer. Beautiful. Unconditional love. Love offer. Speaking love that will be reciprocated. Speaking the truth from one's heart. The sacred landscape wants you to know fulfillment is at hand, no matter what is occurring in your life. Put attention on what is splendid, pleasurable, and luscious. It follows right in line with the gateway card about definitely positivity. Find bliss in the moment. Love fully, deeply, and without hesitation. Cherish your friendships. Fill your life with people, experiences, and places that give you delight. Going to Jamaica! Woohoo! Although I'd love to be going with my favorite Jamaican instead, but I'm going alone, and it's going to be a spiritual journey no matter. Let go of people and things that don't feel empowering, that drag your energy down. You no longer need to put the needs of others ahead of your own needs. If you've had any health issues, a ripe peach represents a return to better health. Savor your life with gusto and with grace. Experience and embrace life in all its permutations. If you want to conceive a baby, be careful. Be careful, because it's fertile time. That's come up in a couple of different reads of mine, and I wasn't feeling totally called to say it, but if you don't want a baby, watch out. Take precautions. But it also could be conceiving a new project or starting a new relationship, it says. This card is an excellent omen for a great outcome. Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. So fulfillment. Gateway and fulfillment. So let's go with relaxation. I'm going to wrap this up very soon after this, I think. Because we already know the message is coming through. And it may or may not come right now. It may... I'm feeling really March-ish. Hang on, sorry. Learning how to go in alphabetical order real quick while looking for these things. Relaxation. And I'm so excited I'm going for a massage tomorrow. Because I need it. I've been working so many hours. Like, I get off from my day job and I go immediately to work, after that, and I work on weekends just so that I can travel and do amazing things with my life. On a warm, peaceful autumn night, a gentle haze softens the light of the full moon. The songs of nightbirds softly emerge through the dark against the backdrop of the sonorous outpouring of the frogs that line the lake shore. The stillness allows your senses to expand. You inhale the earthy dampness in the air, hear the nuances of the night sounds, and look at the muted reflections of the moon in the lake, and sense the deep quietude of the night. A full moon occurring close to the autumn equinox is called a harvest moon. The harvest moon symbolizes all you have worked for is coming to fruition. In other words, you can put your feet up, relax, and let go. And let God. Yay! The sacred landscape wants you to know, when you receive this card, relax, all is well. No need to strive or push to get ahead. Beneath the surface of life, everything is gently propelling you in the right direction, getting in the flow, listening to your intuition, I might add. You can lay down your burdens and simply unwind. Slow down and allow calmness to fill you. When you relax and relinquish control, which we're all guilty of, I know I am really, really bad with that. I want to control everything. I want to know all the things before they happen rather than waiting. I'm sorry, tangents. When you relax and relinquish control, your intuition expands and you can create space for your spirit guardians to help you. Additionally, it's vastly easier to heal and have positive outcomes in life when you are rested and not filled with worry and a need to control outcomes. Oh my gosh, what did I just freaking say? I'm a mess. I like to control the outcome. I want to know what's happening and how it's going to happen. I am guilty. I'm so very guilty, but it's so much nicer to go minute by minute. And AA and NA will definitely teach you that. It's not just one day at a time. Sometimes it is 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, just focusing on the right now rather than the future or the past. You don't live there and you're not there yet. Present is the present. Lie back, stretch out, watch magic unfold in your life. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see this trust. Trust, desert vision. The desert seems parched and devoid of life, yet it is to the desert that spiritual sojourners go to gain messages from the Creator. Traditionally, the desert is a place of spiritual cleansing, renewal, and profound healing visions. Just as desert terrains can feed our souls, they also nourish lands thousands of miles away. For example, the Sahara Desert and the Amazon rainforest are a great distance from each other. One is a vast dry area of sand and scrub, while the other is moist, lush, and green, and yet they are connected. Annually, thousands of tons of nutrient-rich dust from the Sahara crosses the continents in the upper atmosphere and deposits vital phosphorus and other minerals to the Amazon, which is needful of those exact nutrients. Wow, that's cool. The sacred landscape wants you to know this is a powerful and important card to receive. Even when things seem parched or not fruitful, a deeper energy speaks of the power of your inner knowing. Meditate. Trust those nudges from the universe. Once again, a reference to your intuition. On here, it's going to go on to tell you that in a second. Your celestial advisors are close now. You are now open to receive some of the most important messages of your life through your intuition. Your intuition is spot on, so trust it. And even if there are some areas of your life that seem lackluster, know that other areas are being fertilized for a resplendent future. Have faith and know that there is a higher purpose. Wow. Your relationship has a higher purpose. The 1111 is no coincidence whatsoever. When you come into union with your person, if that is the case for you, as it is not always the case, if one person ascends and the other person refuses, it just may not happen. However, if both people ascend to the place where they're supposed to, you guys have a mission. And that is so cool. That mission is very, very important. Yeah. Very, 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 very important. It could benefit a lot of people. So, I am going to get you one message from the universe, like this little deck here. Energy flows where my intention goes. Energy flows, so pessimism, no. Don't do it. Be optimistic and grateful. Energy flows where my intention goes. Okay? Set your intentions, manifest positive things, because everything you say out your mouth or think your thoughts, all those thoughts, you can manifest very easily, especially if you're a very good manifester. You could be causing yourself a lot of drama in your life unnecessarily by your negative thinking or speaking, whichever, however that looks for you. Negative speaking, negative thinking. A lot of people are pessimistic. They don't want to see the good in things. Instead of taking a moment and taking, 10 deep breaths and really being grateful for, number one, that breath and the sun and warmth and a roof over your head, and whatever the case, being grateful for things changes, and positive, if things to a positive, makes your attitude change too. So, and it gives you confidence as things start to get better, because you are manifesting those things, and you are, telling the universe, I want good things in my life. The universe shows you that, God will show you that, yes, you are worthy of these things. Here are these things. And you know what? They're not perfect. But if you're in flow and you let loose the things that no longer serve you and let them go, things are coming that are amazing for you if you will allow it. If you don't allow it and you run from it, you're not going to have amazing things. It's just going to be a much, much more of the same, which sucks so bad. And I know it, because it took me forever to come to the conclusion that I wanted beautiful things, that I wanted more out of life. And I'm in a pretty darn good space in my life, and for that I am eternally grateful to my higher power. So, I'm going to wrap it up. And sorry for droning on about my life, and you'll probably hear the same story 5,000 times, because it's amazing to me. My life is pretty amazing. I've had great big miracles happen, and I know good things come to those who are called. So, anyway, this is what I'm called to be doing right now. I know that it's going to be blessed, and I'm very excited to see that take off. So please like, subscribe, share. Thank you. Have a good day.